Now what? Now we need to go over here, apparently. Okay. Now it's time to make a decision. And based on everything that I have learned in my adventure here, it seems like
Once we do this, there's no going back.
I don't know, man. I'm at a loss.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
Cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Yeah.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
All right, Parvati.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
That's fair. I'm glad you did.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
All right, Parvati, you've convinced me. I was saying coming into this room that I'll cut off the power to the town. All right, so if I hit reroute the power, the automatic. You know what? I'm gonna save this. And if we mess up, oh, okay. To Edgewater then. All right, we did it. All right, let's go get the power regulator.
Incoming! Get past that armor! Everyone all right?
We're fine there. Our body. Hey.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And
all right.
Tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I mean, that's fine.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos?
No.
Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Yeah, what happens when you run out of corpses?
Cemeteries got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
All right. Can I have my power regulator, though? Hey, y'all.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Hey, here's your data pad.
Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3.
Hold on, I got more for you, buddy.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You wanted to be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Why is that?
Adelaide hates Edgewater, hates everything Edgewater stands for, hates what that town does to people, what it did to her. We're the nearest she's got to kin. We go back to Edgewater, we may as well have stuck a knife in her heart. You know where to find me.
I thought we got all 3 data pads. Hold on. Oh, there's a copy of the manual in the pit. Oh. All right, so we didn't find all of them. Okay.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again. Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
All right. All right, well, let's save it. And then let's quick travel over to... I kind of want to go into the geothermal plant. You know, we'll do that before we go back. Hopefully we can convince Reed to either step down or something. That's not a door.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Well, here's the thing, buddy.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
Bro.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
We'll reopen the damn greenhouse.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Alright, well, see ya. Now what? Oh, there's hostels near.
We can handle this.
Let's just run there, Parvati. Parvati. Oh, that is Parvati. Whoops. I mean, that seems like it was significantly easier than last time anyway. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Oh, who's shooting at me now? Oh no. Parvati, help! Help! Gotcha. Give me that heal. Alright, can I fast travel now though? Alright, there's something called the pit. This seems really pitty. Let's see about going all the way back down again. Hey, bud. All right, we found it. Okay. Great. Now then. Region. Oh, we gotta go back up. Okay. Run, run, run. So I don't know if the recording has been dipping out, but while I was streaming, it was having trouble staying connected and it was saying it was dropping frames. So I stopped streaming it, and hopefully that cleared up any kind of video issues we were having. Definitely not getting those like notifications anymore. But we'll see. Please forgive me, YouTube. Please forgive me. Alright, from here we should be able to fast travel back to the town. Thomas, where you at?
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Deserter, deserter, deserter.
Adelaide's okay.
Thomas,
Keep your wits about you, friend. What happened?
race.
Brat fell into a transformer again?
Don't know how much longer we'll last.
One of us
without
want to
power.
go see what happened?
Oh, there he is.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
You bet, bud.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one? The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It was, dude.
Complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Thanks, man. Alright, where is Adelaide? Oh, yeah. Be in here. Hey.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Look, will you stop with that?
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
Thanks.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Alright, later. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so we definitely use ranged more. I like having dialogue. Okay, yeah. I like having dialogue options. Alright, great. Apply. You can command companions to use their special abilities on the enemies you are targeting. Companion 1 ability, Companion 2 ability. Great. Perks. One more perk. Extra carrying capacity hasn't been a problem. Additional ammo stock. +5 armor rating. That could be useful. Move companion crit chance. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, Adelaide, I'm out. Somehow. Ah, I'm one shy. Okay. Why can't I find a way out of this friggin' room? Aha. And the vicar should be there waiting for us, right?
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Yeah, this one.
It's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Heck yeah, dude.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
All right, Parvati. You're all right in my book.